Mr. Chairman, I yield my time to the gentleman from Kentucky.
Gentleman from Kentucky is recognized. 5 minutes.
I thank the gentlelady from Florida. Assistant Secretary Egorin, there's some documents that we've been trying to get a hold of for years, and you all are withholding them, and I'm going to give you the story behind that and demand that you deliver them. So in December of 2020, the CDC produced an MMWR. That's one of their newsletters, kind of their version of an academic paper, characterizing the Pfizer trials of the vaccine, of the BioNTech vaccine. And the FDA had summarized the Pfizer trials. When the CDC's MMWR, they said that the vaccine was 92% efficacious for those who had already had COVID. I was struck by this claim because, well, first of all, I was interested because I had already had COVID and I was wondering whether to take the vaccine or not. And I had studied the Pfizer data, the top-line data and the FDA characterization of it. And you know what? The problem with the CDC's claim, it was completely inaccurate. The trials didn't prove that at all. The trials weren't designed to prove that. So I called up the CDC and I recorded the phone call. And they said, we'll get the top scientist on the line with you and we'll find out what the deal is here. And they got their top scientist on the line. And she said, wow, you found a mistake in our paper. I can't believe this was in there. We will fix this. We're going to call you Eagle Eye Massie over here at the CDC. And said, okay, that's great. I appreciate you fixing this because there's no data to support this. So a month goes by, and in January of 2021, I call up and I look at their website. Lo and behold, nothing has been fixed. And I then started contacting people at the CDC, and they were very averse to fixing it, the misstatement. And this began a saga. Just 3 minutes or 3 hours into the Biden administration was one of these phone calls when the cover-up started to begin. They were conflicted. They wanted everybody to take the vaccine. They didn't have data that showed it would help anybody who had already had the COVID infection, but they didn't want to change this. So I made lots of calls, recorded them all. They admitted to me that they were wrong and said they would fix it. They eventually changed it, but they never did fix it. Okay, so then a FOIA request went to CDC, and they produced over 1,000 pages, most of it redacted like this. The FOIA request was every conversation about Congressman Massie, and it produced, at CDC, it produced over 1,000 pages. Imagine that. But they were mostly redacted. They didn't want to say what they were saying about the truth that I was giving to them. So then I've been trying for years, and I tried in October and I tried in December of 2023 to get these unredacted emails. Well, right before this hearing, lo and behold, you all produced some unredacted emails. Here's the problem. You left out dozens of them. Dozens of these emails that were responsive to the request. And it was not by accident. These aren't minor oversights. Like, here are the kind of redactions. The whole entire email is redacted. The subject is the call from Rep. Thomas Massie. These are the kind of redactions. Look at this. Entire pages redacted. My question is, when are you going to produce these? And why are you not producing these? Why are you pretending that these emails don't exist? Some of them are in my inbox. Some of them are to me, but they're not in your production. Why?
Congressman, I want to thank you for acknowledging the production that my team did last week to you. And if there are specific documents that are not included and you can identify them, I am happy to continue to work with you and with the committee staff for productions. That production, as with all of the requests before this committee, have not stopped. We are happy to continue to work. We are happy to continue producing documents on a rolling basis, or if there are specific requests or specific documents.
Did you think this one was responsive? The subject is call with Rep. Massie. It's Ann Tatum, Christina Cerna, And a month ago, Dr. Amanda Cohen and I had a call with Rep. Thomas Massie of Kentucky regarding concern about language in the MMWR from December 13th that was inaccurate. Redacted, redacted, redacted. He called again yesterday and is raising concerns about the issue, including on Twitter. Redacted, 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 redacted. I wanted to let you know in case you hear any more about it. Redacted, redacted, redacted. But wanted you to be aware of this issue is continuing. Dr. Shushat spoke with Rep. Massie today. Redacted, redacted, redacted. Let me know if you have any additional questions. Anstons. Why did you think this is not responsive to my request?
Congressman, I'm not saying this was or were not responsive. We did a production last week. Did not say that our productions were finished. I'm happy if there are specific other documents, if there are specific things that you have that you would like us to produce, if you would like us to continue work, we are happy to continue the accommodation.
I've told you specifically what it is. We're 4 years into this. You know, we gave you the list of things to give us. We said the things that were responsive to the FOIA request. You conspicuously left out the most relevant emails. We're out of time. You are out of time. We are tired of this. It's not incompetence, it's insolence. And I yield back.